Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Thrasher Opera House Presents. I am here today with Mark Sidney of the Brit Pack. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
The Brit Pack is going to be here at Thrasher Opera House on April 11th, coming up here pretty quick. And you guys have been to Thrasher before. We're excited to have you back. Just want to talk today a little bit about the show, what people can expect, and some of the fun parts, the highlights I remember from the last time you were here. But let's just start with the Brit Pack. Who are you? What can people expect to see on stage?
We are a four-piece band. We were all actually college friends. We met in college, but we kind of got the band together when we all moved to New York about 14. This is our 14th year as a band. I think the first show was in 2011. But we're a four-piece band that plays entirely British rock and pop music. You know, the ultimate British music experience is how we dub it nowadays, because it's not just rock and it's not just pop and it's not just 80s, it's not just 60s. You know, and there's two of us who are Brits and two of us who are Americans, so that's kind of the authenticity there as well, I suppose.
Yeah. I think what I loved about the last time you guys were here, I had my parents come to the show, I had my kids come to the show, and every generation loved it. Like all of us loved it.
Oh, glad to hear it. That's awesome. Yeah. I mean, I think
Yeah.
American kids are also particularly brilliant at like learning classic rock music, you know? I feel like in England, like there's lots of kids who just don't know, even people my age who don't know Led Zeppelin, which is a bit
Oh
puzzling.
man.
Whereas over here, it's like, you know, it's kind of like a rite of passage that you listen to that stuff when you're growing up. But
A
I'm glad
rite
to
of
hear that. Yes, for people who were there back in the day and actually saw those bands, and there's people like me who are just a little bit late, and then there's the youngins nowadays who, you know, think that Kings of Leon are classic rock and and stuff. But yeah. No, I'm glad to hear that it kind of suited all tastes.
Yeah, and one of our patrons once told me that when we do bring a tribute band or bands like y'all that play a lot of those classic songs for them, yeah, either they attended those shows back in the day, or this guy said, I had kids at the time and we couldn't afford to go to those shows. So this is our opportunity to go rock out to songs that we grew up with and know and love and get to be there in person. And that really hit me. I was like, absolutely.
Yeah, it's
That's
great
so
to
cool.
hear. It's funny because that's the way I feel about it as well. Because I grew up on all those songs as well, so that when we're playing them, it's really just an opportunity to have the live experience of
Mhm.
those tunes. You know, I mean, obviously we're playing them, so it's slightly different. But yeah, it's the same thing. I mean, I was too late for bands like Zeppelin. You know, John Bonham was long dead, and they were long split up. And same thing for Queen. You know, a lot of bands where there's like a key member missing, that
Yeah.
had all happened long before I was concert age anyway. So
So
yeah, I mean, most of the, go
talk
ahead.
about some of those key bands and songs that people might expect to hear that night.
Yeah, I mean, the majority of the stuff is, you know, we talk about it from the stage as well, but the majority of the stuff we play is like from before we were born, because we're all 80s kids and we play a lot of stuff from 60s, 70s, and 80s. But it's all stuff that we definitely grew up on. So it's, you know, everything from what you usually expect when you hear British music. People think Beatles and Stones and whatnot, which is those are like pillars. You have to play those
Mhm. Yeah,
bands. Yeah,
everybody knows those.
yeah, and we love them too. But obviously, there's a lot of Beatles and Stones bands out there. But what you don't get very often is a band where in one night you hear the Beatles, Stones, Queen, David Bowie, Elton John, Led Zeppelin, Tears for Fears. You know, it's going to be an eclectic mix, and it covers
A lot
a
of
lot of
ground.
ground. Yeah, exactly. But you know, we've kind of crafted a bit of a journey or a timeline. So you know, throughout the evening, it doesn't go chronologically, but it does go seamlessly. You know, it's like a transition from like sort of era to era, vibe to vibe, and kind of memory to memory for some people. So yeah, you can expect a lot. It's everything from hard rock to kind of like I say, the pop sing-alongs, anthems, and some of the more dancey stuff as well.
And Matt Nakoa, who is the lead singer, is so
Yeah,
entertaining, so talented. I actually first met him when he came to Thrasher with Tom Rush. He was
yeah.
touring with Tom Rush. I don't know if he still does or not, but
He's still playing with good old young Tom Rush. Yeah, the pair of them, they're
legend.
touring the country. Yeah, he is a legend. Yeah, we stay with him every now and again.
But yeah, Matt's a
Yeah,
phenomenal piano player. I remember him playing on our Steinway, and I was like, "Wow, dude, you are awesome." So then when I saw him that he does this band as well, I was like, well, it's got to be good. Like, I've seen him play.
He's a key factor for why we can even do this, really, because as a four-piece band, in general, it's difficult to pull off, but vocally, it's extremely difficult to pull off. Like all those singers
Yeah.
are hard to not even just to emulate, because that isn't really Matt's. Even though he can emulate them, it's not really about trying to be. You notice we don't wear
Love that,
prosthetic
by the
faces and
way.
stuff. Yeah, yeah, we're not like trying to we're not like trying to pretend to be the Beatles or anything. But he can do it his own way. But even just range wise, to sing Freddie Mercury, Sting,
Mm.
Paul McCartney, any of that stuff all in one evening is actually pretty difficult. Yeah, he's a very versatile musician, and obviously keyboards, guitar, piano. He truly loves playing piano. Anytime we're in a hotel, I literally went and got dinner once, and when I got back, he was still playing the hotel piano, just messing around the night before a show.
That's
So he
great.
is, yeah. I mean, there's a true love there from all of us for our
I,
instruments,
I was
but
just gonna say the rest of you are equally as talented and entertaining to watch, and we're really looking forward to having the four of you back
well,
uh,
thank you.
at Thrasher Opera House. You can get your tickets online. We still have some left, thrasheroperahouse.com, and our phone number is 920-294-4279. You can call the office, talk to a real person, get yourself a real ticket. And come out and join us for a night of songs you will know and love and can sing along with, dance along with, and you might learn a thing or two about the storyline along the way.
You might indeed.
Well, thank you, Mark. I appreciate your time today, and we will see you on April 11th.
Thank you. We'll see you then. Looking forward to it.